everyone, it's Sleeve Christine here. What's today? Today's Tuesday, June 27th, right? Yes, 27th. Whew, I got it. Sometimes I can't remember. I may not be as, like, I don't know, high energy today. I'm battling a migraine. I can't take, usually to get rid of my migraines, I drink a cup of coffee and I take 3 Advil, but because I'm going for gastric bypass next Friday. Holy cow, it's next Friday. Wow. That just like really hit me. Dang, it's getting close. Because of that, I can't take the Advil at least a week before, but I haven't taken Advil now. Gosh, I think it's been like 2.5 weeks. So I'm trying to stay away from it. I can take Tylenol, so I may take some Tylenol to see if that helps. But because I can't take what I usually do, and I do have migraine medication I could take, but I don't know if that has aspirin in it or ibuprofen in it, so I'm not even going to touch it. And that's only if my migraines get really, really bad, where like I can't stand any noise. And right now it's just very little. It's like right up here, so not gonna bother. That, and I was a few days without my B12, and I've noticed that actually really affects me. I started taking it again this morning because as you guys know from my last video, I told you that I had my sister-in-law's wedding over the weekend. Friday is when we left, and I was trying to get everything ready Friday, and I had put my B12 in a different area that I typically would, because that's where I put like all my medication. And I'm grabbing I have the pill boxes for both me and my kids, so I have like, it has AM and PM, and I don't put the B12 in those because I noticed that if I do, they become very, very like soggy. I don't know if anybody else has noticed that, like very soggy and soft and just blah. So I keep it in its own bottle, but of course I grabbed the pill containers, but I forgot to grab that. I'm like, really? I get all the way over there, and I didn't want to buy more, because I mean, that bottle, I think I've only used like 10 out of it. So I think it's a bottle of either 120 or 240. So I was not going to buy another bottle, because they do have expiration dates, and the longer like it takes you to use them, it just, ugh. So I started taking it again. So I've noticed that my energy is lower. Between that and my migraine, it's just, I'm just blah right now. I'm on day 5 of my pre-op diet. Over the weekend I did really good. I used the Berrytastic app on my phone. Not my nutritionist that I see at my doctor's office, but the nutritionist I see with the bariatric program that I'm going through. She had brought it up when I had one of my first meetings there, because I told her I used my Fitness Pal. But she goes, no, it's fine and everything, but it always dings you if you're under the amount of calories they want you to have, because it goes, oh, well, if you remain like this, you could, basically it's not healthy for you. My Fitness Pal is not geared towards bariatric patients. So she told me Berrytastic is, so I've been using that, and I love it. It even gives me a countdown to days till surgery. I think, what is it, 10 days now? 9 days, 10. Yeah, 10 basically is what I'd say. I think that's counting today. So I use that, which is awesome, and I love it because you can set your own goals to what your surgeon wants you to have. So right now I have it set for my pre-op goals. There was one day, because I'm allowed 800 to 1,000 calories a day. There was one day I was like 1,027 calories. Only because I had drank Premier Protein Clear drink, because I needed something different than water, because water was starting to make me gag, because I had like drank nothing but water all day, and I didn't want to do Crystal Light. So I had one of those, plus I was slacking on some of my protein for the day. Because I'm supposed to have 80 to 100. No, that's carbs. Sorry. I'm supposed to have 60 to 80, and I think I was slacking by like 10 grams of protein. So I'm like, screw it, I'll grab that, because that has 20. So I grabbed that. It's got 90 calories, so it just bumped me up over a little bit. I'm not worried about that. That was, I think, the second day of my pre-op diet, I want to say. So, but I've been trying to stay around 800 calories a day. Friday, I went with my mother-in-law to Sam's Club, and I got 3 cases of the Premier Protein chocolate shake and 1 case of the Premier Protein clear. I got the fruit punch. Tastes just like Kool-Aid to me, but I know after surgery, if it's too sweet, I can water it down. I can do like half and half. But I love the taste of it because it reminds me of Kool-Aid. I wish I had gotten 2 cases of that and only 2 cases of the chocolate shake. But, oh well, you know, that's fine. I can always see if my mother-in-law can grab me like another case before my surgery and just drop it off with us. And give it to my husband when I'm having surgery. And then, so I've been trying to stay around that. I'm allowed 80 to 100 carbs. I thought it was 100 to 120, but it's 80 to 100 carbs a day. I've been trying to stick to under 50. And the only reason why is because they said that the main goal of the pre-op diet is to limit carbs, and that's what helps your liver shrink. So I don't know. I'm always terrified that my liver is not going to shrink like they want it to. I don't know. I'm a worrywart. I know that. I have been for years now. So basically, and I mean, I'm getting all the protein I need. I'm getting the calories I need. It's just the carbs. Honestly, the only way that I could get those carbs in, to tell you the truth, is to eat something unhealthy. And there was one day that I allowed myself, what was it, like 1 teaspoon or 1 tablespoon? I forget what it was. I think it's tablespoons. 1 tablespoon of salsa, which I only use the juice. I don't eat the, I don't eat like the peppers and that stuff out of it. I know I'm weird. I'll admit it, I'm weird. And I allowed myself, and then a serving size of the tortilla chips I got and everything was 9 tortilla chips. I think it was like on the back of it. I forget what type I got. Crap. And we're all out, and I threw the bag away, and they already took the trash. It was like 70 calories and only 5 carbs for the tortilla chips. And I used that as a snack. It did have protein in it, the salsa and all that. I used that as just a snack. And that was, I think, the first day of my pre-op diet. Since then, I haven't had any. I can add salsa to stuff. Like if I do grilled chicken, I can put a little bit of salsa on top. So I'm just trying to find other things. I want to do another crock pot meal. So if anybody knows like a really good, I want to do chili. I've been craving chili. And they said that I don't have to use turkey. I can use beef, which I find is awesome, but they want you to use a higher quality beef, which is not a problem with us. And then beans are really good with protein and everything. And basically all I got to do is put in how much I'm using. But that was my Fitness Pal. I can basically put in everything that's in it, and Berrytastic will break it down and all that. But I'm trying to find meals that I can do that are really good and that I can eat on the pre-op, and that hopefully I can use afterwards too. What, bud? Sorry, my son is like, mommy. Need it off, bud? Yeah. There you go. Look. Oh, you got boo-boo.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, okay. That hurt? Okay. You can go back in the pool and go swimming. I see it.
That blood.
Yeah, that is blood, huh? Oh, he got a little boo-boo by falling on the road. So, what else was I going to say? Oh my gosh, I just blinked. But for breakfast and everything, I will warn you, head hunger is real. I knew it would be real, but I didn't think that I would get it. I know on an all liquid diet you do have head hunger big time, but I didn't think that because I'm allowed to eat food that I would get head hunger, but it's real. At the wedding they had really nice looking cupcakes, and everybody said that they were delicious. And we're talking about, I mean, they were like that big around, like that thick, and then the frosting on top was like another like that, and it looked so good. I'm watching everybody eat them. I was so tempted, and the old me would have been like, you know what, screw this, I could cheat once and be good. But then I had that voice in my head going, you know what, you're trying to shrink your liver, how many carbs are in that? So, okay, Jay. So, because of that, I didn't get it, and I'm actually proud of myself. Some people would be like, oh, she's pathetic because, you know, she's proud of herself over that, but that is like a big thing. Sweets was always a big thing for me. Now if I want a sweet, I'll have one of the chocolate shakes. Like this morning for breakfast. Yesterday I had, was it 2 scrambled eggs and a piece of low-fat American cheese, which I'm allowed to have in the morning. I think that was like 252 calories. This morning though, I was really craving chocolate, so I did have one of my chocolate shakes, and then with that I'm allowed a half cup of fruit, so I had a half cup of blueberries. And they said it didn't matter the fruit. It could be apples, blueberries, watermelon. Like over at my in-laws, we had taken over a watermelon that we had here. We cut it up and everything, so I had that, and I can have that for a snack. I can have sugar-free popsicles, sugar-free Jell-O pudding. I want to get some sugar-free pistachio pudding before I have my surgery, even though honestly I shouldn't have nuts because I do have diverticulosis or something like that. So they tell you to stay away from nuts, so I may just, too bad there wasn't a way to strain it. I don't know, I'll have to figure it out. But I know I can have that afterwards. I don't really eat a lot of nuts. I can do, I'm gonna have to get celery. The train's coming, so you guys may hear that. I want to get some celery because I can do celery with peanut butter, and they want me to just use regular peanut butter. I can get the, what was it, PB2 or something like that. I want to try making peanut butter cookies out of that afterwards and use stevia or Truvia or Splenda with that, and make it so that it's high protein, low calorie. There's some energy balls, or you can turn them into balls, but you can turn them into bars if you want, that are high in protein, low in carbs, low in calorie, for post-op that you can do. But you're talking about what, like 2 to 6 months out. I know that starting, what is it, week 5 after surgery, I can start introducing foods that I want. But you want to introduce them slowly, because you need to distinguish if one of them's causing you to dump or if it's a food intolerance. I can have steak right now, so I've had some steak, and I'm allowed 3 ounces serving size, and we're talking about, and they told me it's after you cook it. There's a lot of people that cook salmon and fish and that, and they portion out 3 ounces, and then it can shrink down to like 1.5 ounces to 2 ounces, so you're actually not getting all that you think you are. So I want to get some fish, but it's not on sale right now. And tilapia, oh, you gotta season that so bad. Tilapia tastes like what you cook it in. So I want to get like some haddock or cod or something like that to eat. I've been staying away from fried foods. My family has had, what was that, French fries the last 2 nights because my kids love French fries. They've had that the last 2 nights, and I've stayed away from that. Like last night last night they had meatloaf and French fries and that. Last night I had, they have Healthy Choice Simply. Those are better than Healthy Choice, because if you look at the back of the box, and this is why I discovered, I looked at the back of the box, Healthy Choice, because they're like, oh yeah, you can get Healthy Choice. Okay. I looked at the back of the box, and I usually get the chicken and broccoli fettuccine alfredo. Okay. I love that stuff. It's got, what is it, 45 or 46 grams of carbs. Like, what? You're kidding me. What? So I got the Simply, which that is the same thing. It's just that you don't get the noodles. And I think that had, it had 10 carbs. It could have been less. So I chose that. So I had that. I had that, and then I had a cup of cottage cheese on the side. And I think that only totaled like 300 calories and a total of, I think it was like 15 carbs for my meal. And that was the last thing I ate last night, and that was at like 6:30, 7 o'clock. I've been doing the whole no drinking a half hour before your meal and during your meal, and then a half hour afterwards. I've been also trying to take 15 to 20 minutes to eat, 20 to 30 minutes to eat a meal. When it comes to my snacks, I basically try to make my snack last at least 10 to 15 minutes. I need to increase my fluid intake because they want a minimum of 48 to 64 ounces, but I think I got to like 36 ounces yesterday. So I'm trying to increase that. And that's basically all I'm doing. I'll try to update you guys like every other day to let you know how I'm doing. Like I said, I didn't say. I have not weighed myself. I thought I had mentioned that at the beginning. I've got to get a new scale. My scale crapped out. So I've got to start shopping for another scale. I'm not too worried about it because they told us in the group that I was in not to weigh yourself the first at least week of surgery, and then I have a 2-week post-op appointment that I have to make it with my regular doctor, and then I've got a 3-week post-op with my surgeon. So I'll get weighed at both of those appointments, so I'm not even going to worry about it because you can gain weight while at the hospital because they're pumping you through, a lot of fluids. So I got like, 10 days to surgery. So I'm excited. I'm nervous about the nauseousness. They told me not to bring any medication with me to the hospital, which I won't be doing. I'm wondering if I can take Gas-X strips though, because I heard the gas pain is horrible. I've had my gallbladder removed and I don't remember ever having gas pain from that. But they said that the gas pain can be horrible. And I'm waiting for my secondary insurance to approve me. I got a thing yesterday saying that they needed more information. I did the H. pylori test. That came back negative. So all they got to do is just send the results of that. And then they said I should get approved by my secondary insurance. So I'm just waiting for that. And that's basically it. I mean, I'm doing great. I'm hanging in there. I'm rooting on everybody that's having surgery. And like I said, my surgery is July 7th. So it's like just around the corner. So yeah, I will try updating you guys every other day. I'll also try doing kind of like a what I eat in a day blog. I'll write it all out and everything one of the days, or at least get it on my phone and write it down, and I'll let you guys know. I mean, it's not, compared to what I was eating before, it's like not a lot compared to what I would eat before, because before I would graze throughout the day. I'll admit that I was big on that. But yeah, I mean, that's it. I hope you guys have had a wonderful weekend. And I will try to update you guys in a couple of days. Talk to you later. Bye.